Hey guys, it's Leah B here from Prestige Veteran Medical Consulting. I am a U.S. Army veteran, physician assistant, and former compensation and pension examiner. So I wanted to come on today and discuss the recent press release from VA about the GI Bill that came out on January 6th. So this is really exciting because veterans were previously only entitled to 36 months. Some veterans were entitled to 36 months of education benefits from their GI Bill, and now that's going to be expanded for many veterans for an additional 12 months for those that qualify. So we're going to dig into that here shortly and discuss sort of what happened, who qualifies, and what the next steps can be for you guys to try to apply for that, right? So I'm going to jump over to VA.gov here so that we can go over it together. Okay, so this is straight up off of VA.gov press release January 6th. And it talks about that extension, the 2024 Supreme Court decision, and has updated its process for awarding GI Bill benefits. So as you can see here, it talks about that 12-month extension again. And it says that under the previous policy, eligible veterans who served at least 2 periods of service were limited to a maximum of 36 months of GI Bill benefits between the Montgomery GI Bill and the post 9/11 GI Bill. And it says that under the updated policy, that limitation has been removed, meaning that eligible veterans can now qualify for up to 48 months of total GI Bill benefits. This policy change also means that many veterans who were previously limited to 36 months who are now eligible for those education bill benefits, specifically those who served 2 qualifying periods of service, one that qualified them for that Montgomery GI Bill, like me, right? I paid into that Montgomery GI Bill like many of you guys did, like $100 a month for your first 12 months or whatever it was. These guys can get those additional GI Bill benefits, and it can impact over 1 million veterans. And VA is launching a targeted outreach campaign, so you might have gotten an email about this. So this policy will, also be expanded to those. I don't know if it discusses it in here, but if you're like me, I gave my GI Bill to my kids, they're going to be entitled to that as well if you qualified and did all the transfer benefit action that you were supposed to do. So as a part of this policy, VA is also extending the expiration dates for using the GI Bill benefits for eligible veterans. For each veteran with multiple periods of service who chose the post 9/11 GI Bill over the Montgomery GI Bill, VA will reinstate the time they had remaining at the time of their election plus 90 days. For example, if a veteran chose to use the post 9/11 bill at the time when they had 5 years left to use Montgomery, they would be given 5 years plus 90 days to use additional GI Bill benefits. Cool. To receive an expiration date extension, applications must be submitted by October 1st, 2030. Okay, so we're going to jump over to that page that has a little bit more details. So this is the Rudisill decision update, and so it says if you're ready to apply, you have to use this VA form. Be sure to select that you are requesting a Rudisill review on page 2 of the online application. Once VA has received and evaluated your claim, you will receive an official decision. The deadline, again, is that October 1st, 2030. Then it talks about that Supreme Court decision and has a hyperlink here for you to go and take a look over that if you're interested. And it says the following chart shows the changes from before and after the court's decision. And there's a really cool little hyperlink that lets you, it's like a guide that shows you if they think you may qualify. We're going to go over that here in a second. So again, before, those beneficiaries eligible for both Montgomery GI and post 9/11 were required to waive the Montgomery GI eligibility to begin using the post 9/11 benefits. Before that, post 9/11 entitlement was limited to the amount of remaining Montgomery GI Bill entitlement, and previous elections to waive the Montgomery GI Bill could not be revoked. Now, beneficiaries impacted by the court's decision are no longer required to waive it and can use the post 9/11 GI Bill benefits when applying. The post 9/11 GI Bill entitlement is no longer limited to the amount of remaining Montgomery GI Bill entitlement, but beneficiaries are still subject to the 48-month limit for combined benefits under multiple programs. Previous elections to waive the Montgomery GI Bill in order to use the post 9/11 have been revoked, can be revoked. So am I eligible for additional benefits? If so, what should I do? If you have previously applied to use VA education benefits, you may be eligible. If you completed more than one term of service, if you waived all or part of your Montgomery GI Bill benefits, if you meet the criteria above, use this chart. Here's the decision tree, okay? So we're going to jump to the decision tree, which I think is pretty cool. Here it is. So again, have you previously applied for the post 9/11 GI Bill? Yes. Do you have separate periods of service? Yes. Did you pay into the Montgomery? Yes. Then you likely qualify. And then there are some, if you're a no, then it goes other directions, right? So let's go right back and we're going to go over some of these FAQs. So how is VA notifying veterans? So they're distributing communications. If you think you didn't get the email from VA, refer to the eligibility section of this webpage. Will I be able to transfer additional benefits to my spouse, dependents, or survivors? So your eligibility to transfer benefits to your spouse, dependents, or survivors will not be impacted by this decision. Existing transfer of entitlement requirements and limitations of use apply to any additional post 9/11 GI Bill benefits you might receive because of the court's decision. So it says, for example, if you previously transferred these benefits like I did and you wish to transfer the additional benefits, you must follow the existing instructions for changing your transferred benefits. So that's going to be in changing those transferred benefits is going to be over there where you can do all the DEER stuff, right? So if you are not on active duty, you were not approved to transfer benefits while still on active duty, the court decision will not make you eligible to do so. Okay. So again, that same place where you transfer those months, that's where you're going to go in and transfer those additional months. But again, you have to apply for that. You have to put that application in on VA.gov. I started it the other day, but we have till 2030 to do it. So I haven't finished it yet. But I think this is really cool. Let me jump off this screen share. This is really cool for those of you that want to transfer additional months, either use them yourself, give them to your kids or your spouse or whatever it is that you want to do. That in addition to some of you guys might be using those Chapter 35 benefits. Some of you guys might be entitled to Hazelwood Act if you're from Texas. So there's a lot of really great education benefits out there. And if we get a lot of interest in this topic, maybe we'll do some more informational type videos on education benefits because there's a lot of stuff out there, especially for disabled veterans, that Folds of Honor Scholarship for veterans that are 90% and above. We can talk about those as well. So please drop some comments. Let me know if this helped you in any way. I think it's really awesome, and it's a really great thing for veterans and for their family members to be able to use these education benefits and to get this extension. So as always, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, see ya.